too loud. That's weird. That's weird, dude. Yo, guys, I feel loopy. I feel loopy. I apologize if anything happens. Um, okay. Hold on. So I bought a new silicone ice tray, and the cubes are very large. That's what I've been freezing my yogurt in lately, and I can't tell if it's equal to, less than, or greater than the two small ice cubes that I would use when putting my yogurt in my smoothies. Two frozen cubes of yogurt. Now I use one big frozen cube of yogurt. It never blends all the way, and I can't quite tell if it's too much or too little. This one tastes good. This one tastes good. Okay, so a few things. First of all, I didn't go to sleep last night until about 4, and then I woke up this morning at about 7. So I've been awake for roughly 2 hours, but I took a walk because the weather outside's actually really nice. It's just everything's really smoky because of the fire, because of the forest fire that's burning right now. So everything's kind of hazy and orange, like the sun seems extra red lately, if that makes sense. Um, so if I seem a little loopy absent-minded, it's just due to lack of sleep. Also, about the thumbnails, they were of course illustrated by Adrelix. I saw Isidore ask a little bit earlier. Same person that did the Lush Dream cover, same person that did the Daydream cover, same person that did the Signals cover, same person that did my profile image. She she did the thumbnails. And as far as Cyber asking, did I at least automate it? Cyber, last night, one of the reasons I was out so late is I went to Dockweiler, which for people that don't know, Dockweiler is a beach in Los Angeles, not even a full mile away from LAX. And so if you sit on Dockweiler Beach, you can see the planes and definitely hear the planes taking off from LAX like every few minutes. However, if you go in the middle of the night, the planes are a little far and fewer between, but the beach is extremely dark, so you can't really see anything. It takes a long time for your eyes to adjust, and the brightest thing that you do see is planes. And because of the weird overcast, plus the smog, plus the smoke from the forest fires, the beach last night was extremely hazy, like Silent Hill level hazy. And then you just see like the headlights of planes every now and then, like taking off. It was pretty nice. Anyways, I took myself out to this. I didn't take myself out to this. I was with a friend. And then after that, I opened up my laptop, Cyber, and I hand numbered and edited and saved every thumbnail for Morning Medleys 1 through 217, the one we're currently on. So I feel great. Cyber, I feel marvelous. I haven't hit my slump yet. It hasn't caught up with me, but I'm prepared for around 2 p.m. today. I'm going to feel like absolute trash. But for right now, I feel alright. Mm. It's chill. It's good and it's chill. Hey, what's up, Dar? Hey, what's up, Sushi? Easy Dora. Cyber. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, everybody. Sorry, it's you're not drinking a lemon. I'm not drinking a lemon. I finally waited through all of the lemon, Dar. So probably gonna hit up the market today, get some more lemons, because that was very nice. Hold on. Oh crap! Oh, what an unflattering angle to reconnect on. Sorry, guys. I was in the middle. Oh no. Where are you? That's decent enough. I was in the middle of a. Uh-oh, there it is. There's the loop. Okay, I was in the middle of a clover salad, so I'm just gonna start from clover salad. I had like a good angle, and it's just going to be impossible for me to get that again. The one thumbnail you're talking about, Cyber, for whatever reason it wouldn't load. So I went into the edit settings, and I clicked to save it as, and it says that it saves as the thumbnail. And then every time I exit, every time I exit and refresh, it's not there. So I don't know what's going on there. But I didn't miss that one, Cyber. I was very, very attentive. I didn't miss it for whatever reason. YouTube was having a problem. I'm gonna try it again though today. But I did it like 3 times, and I was like, "Yo, am I crazy?" And no, turns out I wasn't. Pro says this is a new song. Is what a new song? Clover Salad? It definitely isn't. I can't get that chord anymore. Oh, there it is. How was my summer? Are you asking me, Sam? Are you asking Clark in Utah? Is summer over, Sam? We're at the tail end. Well, Sam. Oh, Sam was gone. Well, welcome back, Sam. How was my summer? I don't know. I can't say it was good, but I can't say it was terrible. It wasn't anything. The summer wasn't. That's my answer. My my final answer is my summer was not. Christmas is coming, says Clark, and even punctuates it with a yay. A little bit of a celebration, I suppose. Hmm. Kid James is talking about the equinox. Kid James, this one's for you. I don't even tan this year. Wasting my potential, says Ava. I like Ava. Congratulations on having that niece, Kit. And also on reconnecting with your art. That's good. I'm thrice an uncle, says Kit. Kit, I was an uncle before I was born. Fancy that, huh? Already had some already had some nephews before I even made it out of the womb. mm. uh, uh, my head. An unborn uncle. Ooh, I like the sound of that. That's good. That's good. I like that. Sorry. Anyways, this was a track I started. Oh, guys, this is going to be a rough hour and a half. Anyways, this was a song I started in yesterday's stream. I don't know where to take it from there, but we're gonna find that out in this stream because this is gonna be my explorative improv stream. Um, mm, I will say, since I didn't get that feeling of like I'm an uncle. Since I didn't get that, like I didn't become an uncle. I was born an uncle. Because of that, I didn't nephews and nieces don't have like an impact on me. It makes me feel bad. Like when somebody is just like, oh, it's Uncle Omni, or like, Omni, this is your nephew. I feel nothing. It just there's so many guys. I have so many nephews and nieces. It's just yeah. There's no impact. I don't have any real relationships with my nephews or nieces. I don't even know if they're aware of me or what I am or what I do or where I live. I don't know. Nobody feels old. Why? Yeah, you know what's funny? Okay, so Sam. Okay, Kit. Okay. Wow. This is gonna be rough. I apologize. Kit was the first Kit I knew. Kit James was the first Kit I knew. And then I went to Sam's place, and this was last year. I don't remember. Maybe this was this year. Sam will know better than I do. Time is a mess right now. I went to Sam's place after Curry one day, and I met Sam's roommate, Kit. And I said out loud under my breath, "Hey, I know a Kit," and nobody reacted to it. And I was like, "Oh, that's not a cool thing to say when you meet somebody." It's like somebody's like, "Oh, my name is Michael," and you go, "Ah, yes, I know Michael." It's probably just not a good thing to say to anybody, but I did say that. I did say that, and nobody in the room knew what I was talking about because it was somebody from the stream. Being an uncle is something that feels like should only be a thing when you hit like 40 or something. Whoa, all right, Umbe, that's pretty wild. I mean, I guess it depends on the size of your family, but um, I can't remember if it was this year or last. Says Sam. It was. Who cares, right? Oh wait, who cares, right? It was after the Anamanaguchi show, right? It was after that show. It was definitely after that show, and that show was this last year. That whatever, who cares, right? Before the Anamanaguchi show? No, it can't be. It can't be because I didn't know you lived that close to the venue. This is a personal conversation, but I remember at the venue you were like, "Oh, we basically just walked here," and I was like, "There's no way you live that close to this venue." And then later, I actually ended up going to your place after dinner, and I was like, "Oh crap, you live like mad close to the venue." And being the youngest sibling, you do everything early. I wasn't on at like 17, says Ava. Yeah, power to the youngies. I have one sibling that's younger than me, but quite a few that are older than me, hence having nephews before I was born. So I do have that feeling of like, yeah, being uncle pretty early on. This is kind of random, but does anybody own a piece of clothing that is so not you, but you kind of love it anyway? Yeah. Ava, I wear hockey jerseys quite a bit around the house. Usually when I'm sitting down working on music, and like people don't really see me in hockey jerseys. I think there's only one photo of me in a hockey jersey on the internet, and it's me playing a show in Montreal. So I don't even know if that counts. It was more fan service than anything. Mm. anyways, I love wearing hockey jerseys anyway. It's just people usually see me in like form-fitting stuff or like skinny jeans, so it's like I don't like baggy clothes, but I do love wearing hockey jerseys. Makes me feel cool. Okay, my weird snobby aunt bought me a Calvin Klein sweater that is gray and like bleach washed and spotty, and I hate name brands and bleach washes, but it's so soft and warm. Hey, I think you're feeling, Ava, what normies everywhere feel. I mean, it's easy for me to laugh at normie culture and normie fashion, but I think those things they're wearing probably feel good. And if I wore them enough, I probably would be the same way, if that makes sense. Ain't never seen you in a hockey jersey, says Cyber. Yeah, it's a rare occasion. Rare. I mean, it's actually not. I just don't stream in a hockey jersey because it's awkward sometimes to like play piano in. But yeah, usually when I'm just sitting and producing, I'll wear a hockey jersey. We're playing video games. Usually it's like a fall winter thing. I don't really wear them in the summer because you know, palm tree pants. Ooh, palm tree pants. That's sick. Now that's sick. Now that's fashion. Okay, okay, okay. I can go there. Okay. Thanks, kid. Now. That's close. That's close. That's close. Okay. Jelly Belly, Jelly Belly's founder is hosting an online treasure hunt. The grand prize winner gets a candy factory. Is that real? Is that real, Cyber? Last stream, did this song just come to you, or was it sitting in your brain for a while? It just came to me last stream. The chord progression is completely unremarkable, but it was more so the melody that I was like. The chord progression only gets interesting in the parts that I'm trying to write now, but this. Kind of unremarkable, but the melody. Oh, oh. Oh, what the heck? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Do 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 do. I found it. Wow, that's quite the descent, but if I start high, I can do it. That's part. Da, da, da. Let me try it with the strings. Maybe that'll open up some avenues for me. Da, 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 da. Dang it! That was close. That was really close. Damn. It's open ended. It's open ended, but I was gonna try to bring this somewhere anyway. This year's so strange, says Kit. Indeed. Even without Willy Wonka stuff happening, yeah? My roommate is out of town, and her cat and my cat were fighting for who got to sleep on top of me last night. Ava's a bed. Ava's a giant cat bed. How did it feel? This, ooh, yeah. Light me up, Breeze. How did it feel? This, momentary lapse into parenthood, I guess. Did it feel good? Did it make you want babies? Did it make you want to have babies? It'd be like parenting house goblins. Parenting house goblins. Guys, this stream is probably only going to be an hour. I mean no disrespect. But I am running out of steam. I'm running out of creative steam. I will do a medley because I'm not a jerk. Truth be told, Kit, when I end this stream, I'm probably not even going to sleep. Because I do think that the sleep is going to hit me around like 2 p.m. I think after I end this stream, I probably end up just roaming around the neighborhood like some derelict. And then eventually I will eat some bread with cheese, sauce, and pepperonis on it because it's Tuesday, and that's Pizzanista Tuesday, guys. $2 slices. Never forget. This song, though, I really do like the... Ew, ew, ew. Not with this sound, not with this sound. Reminds me of anime, huh? Except for this part. It loses it a little bit. I just like the descent. That's the chord. That's the chord. That's the chord. I found it. I'm about to make peanut butter cookies to eat for breakfast because I'm an adult. Kid, I admire you. Because you're not going and buying peanut butter cookies. At least you're making them. Part of adulthood is preparing and producing your own goods. And however sugary or maybe unhealthy those goods may be, at least you're making them yourself. So that's pretty dope. Keyboard 217, another organ. That's what the smart money's on, Cyber. This is keyboard 217. I like that part. But I don't want to loop it too much, you know? 217 sounds like some Animal Crossing music. And indeed. I can't confirm or deny this, Clark. You know I haven't played that game. say, Cyber, I do like this organ a little bit more than the other organs. I don't know why that is. This sounds like a song from Lush Dream, says Kid James. What's the name of that one? Sounds like the intro noises to Button Willow. Ooh, Kid. I like your ear, Kid. Okay, so here's what you're hearing. Here's what you're hearing. There is a slight rotary effect on the sample from Button Willow. As we know, Button Willow is a sample of the song Embrace, which has these chords in it. Which is just two chords, right? And that one. But because this specific organ sound has a fast rotary on it, it's recreating that effect. On top of that, the chords that I was playing were the chords from I Miss You. However, the first chord that I play in the I Miss You chord sequence, and the third chord I play, first and third, first, third, first, third, are very similar to the Embrace chords, which are this, and those chords are sampled in Button Willow. Yeah. Wow. Really, really good ear, kid. Interesting. You like deconstructed 4 songs by hearing one and another. Yeah. What's the melody for? Dun, dun, dun. I can't remember the melody from Button Willow. I can't remember it. You're welcome, kid. Good morning, Lindsay. What is the melody from Button Willow? It's like ba-dang, 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 ba-da, ba-da. Is that it? It's like no, no. There it is. actually really proud of that melody line. This one specifically. Because not necessarily even the way it sounds, but the way it's physically played is not typically how I build a melody. There would be a lot of like, the notes would be a lot closer together. Like if I was doing, because it's kind of like this step down. High, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. That's the ordering of the notes. Kind of like, oh, never mind. That's a really bad example, actually. Um, but the way I would typically play that, like on top of the chords, like Beneath the City. No. Or do like these. The notes would be a little bit closer together. These are close. Way closer than these. I don't know if you can hear the difference. Doesn't really matter. It's just something that I look back on and I'm impressed that I was able to do this, but the reason that I was able to write that specific lead melody is because I did not write it on piano. Button Willow was made entirely on my laptop because a lot of the early instrumentation was in Embrace. So writing a melody in MIDI is always going to be a little bit different than something that I would play with my hands physically. Lindsay's going kayaking? Whoa. Have fun, Lindsay. That sounds wild. Everything's going a-okay, Kiwi. I mean, within reason. How is everything going on your neck of the woods? Kiwi, how is the southeast? We gotta get you out of there, Kiwi. Abba! Abba! I also like this. Like when I went from to here, and I hit this. That's beautiful. Ooh, you want me to hit that? My hand is big enough. I guess how it goes. Ah, big hands, baby. Now, yeah. to take it somewhere. I'm trying to take it to a different place. I'm trying to take it to a different place because this all sounds. Then I'm trying to take it somewhere else, right? Ooh, maybe. Maybe, maybe. So it goes. Hmm. Thanks, Eddie. I appreciate that. Manatees do this thing because they're so large. It takes up a ring in the water when they bubble. I don't know why it starts with the water. Oh, I like looking at that happen. The little like water hula hoop things. Did you watch the music theory video? It was really good. I didn't watch it, Cyber. I did not watch it. I'm sorry. I will watch it today. I got distracted yesterday. Uh, 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 da, da, da. Ooh, it was relative to the stream. Thanks. Thanks, Lindsay. This isn't even the medley. Omni, have you not slept? Says Kiwi. I did sleep. I slept a solid, rejuvenating 3 hours, and I feel amazing, guys. I feel great. Cyber says, "Yo, can tell Omni is half awake by how he's playing right now." Oh, am I playing bad? Oh crap! It actually sounds good to me. My brain. That's how bad my brain is. Hey, what's up, Swishy Dump? This wasn't even the medley, Lindsay. This I'm trying to develop this song. And then I go down into that. So it goes. out, baby. Yeah. Oh, I do want to change. Ooh, I do want to change there. How about a change? Oh, Soothsayer's here. Your playing today isn't bad. It's just kind of slow and behind the beat. Where is the beat? Where's the? Are you guys hearing a beat? Crap. I don't hear it. I don't hear it. Isaac says, "Love the new thumbnail art, my man." Oh, thank you. As your man, I feel required to inform you that this art is by Adrelix. Adrelix is oh, that's pretty funny. Somebody's definitely watching like a zombie movie or some type of horror film because I can hear far off screams of horror and mixed with like the forest fire smoke that's pouring into my neighborhood, it is creating a nightmare scape. Okay, um, what was I saying? Blah 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 blah. I'm playing behind the beat. Oh yeah, this the art was made by Adrelix. Adrelix is my bosom artist. I miss her dearly. She moves to Florida not too long ago, and um, I was looking at. I wanted to have a more uniform look for the for the stream. Yeah, I guess I haven't talked about that. I wanted a more uniform look for the stream, and I was looking back at my old videos, and I was just like, I kind of like, right, that you can scroll through them, and in each one you can see a thumbnail of me, and maybe my hair is a little bit longer, maybe I'm wearing this shirt, but I was kind of like, I like the idea of them all being like literally the same thumbnail. I'm not a YouTuber, but I know YouTubers love their thumbnails, so I was like, I'm just gonna get a thumbnail for the morning medley. It'll just make my life easier. Also, this weird thing happens where if you schedule a stream on your phone, it'll turn on your camera and take a picture of you as the thumbnail. And so what I always do is I always like exit out of that really quick, and then it, by default sets the thumbnail to my YouTube profile image. And I was like, that worked for I don't know 200 or so streams, but I would like to have like a designated thumbnail for the the YouTube. And then I started thinking, if I'm going to do this, I want the number to be different on them. I want it to say what number stream it is. And I was like, is there some way to do that automatically and make it look cool? And I came to the conclusion that no, there was not. So I stayed up pretty late last night, saving unique thumbnails and numbering them for each individual video. And I got up, guys. I got up to number 273, and then I realized I don't have 273 streams. I'm only on 216. So now I just kind of have a lot of thumbnails laying around, which is nice because now I don't have to make them. I don't have to make them with each stream. I have like a little bit of a surplus, but that is why I did it. And thank you guys, first of all, for noticing. Thank you guys for appreciating it. I will pass on all of your love, notice, and appreciation to Adrelix. Wow. Yeah, I miss my grubby. Oh, I'm gonna send her something today. Anyways, Umbe says, yeah, it's just very scandalous images of pianos and his hands no gloves. Oh, my OnlyFans. Does Onlyboy OnlyFans does Onlyboy have an OnlyFans, says Josh. No, not now, not now. I'm sorry. Maybe some other time. Da, 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 da. I can't remember why she calls me Grubby. I don't know why me and Adrelix call each other Grubby. Grubby and like Grubhub. I don't remember why that is. But it is a thing. Anywho, Sarah says, Josh, you've been real creepy the past few streams. Can we tone it down? What is Josh saying? Oh, thank you, Josh, for the gesture. I appreciate that you would have helped me with the thumbnails, but it's cool. Like, it gave me something to do. Whenever there's a forest fire, I don't know if you guys live in California. Oh, Leanna's not here, my resident Californian. Well, if you live in a place with a combination of very bad smog, like bad pollution, plus forest fires, this really cool thing happens at night. And when I say cool, I mean, horrible, where the pollution and the smoke from the fires and the mountains and the forest combine, right? And it combines to make this really weird, ominous looking cloud in the day, but something really strange. Like in the day, the sun hits this concoction of matter in the air. And instead of the sun kind of having that white light like it normally does, the light turns really, really red, which is fine. Everybody loves a red day. But then, after the sun goes down, this weird reverse thing will happen where suddenly, because there's no light to detract from it, you can see the fires, the light from the fires in the hills reflecting off the clouds. So if you look up, you can kind of see this like red, this like deep red orange glow coming from the sky, even though it's like 1 in the morning. So it isn't never truly dark out. And if you're up high enough and you look over to the hills, you can kind of see the glow coming from there. But if you aren't, if you're like in the valley or something like that, it just kind of creates this weird red mist canopy thing. And it's so hard to capture it on a phone or a camera. It's just like nothing does it justice. But to see it in person, truly majestic, guys. It's like Los Angeles Aurora Borealis. Anyways, so when I was up really late last night doing that work, it felt like it was like 3 p.m., even though it was 3 a.m. Just because if I looked out the window, everything was very, very well lit. So yeah, I made all those thumbnails, and I feel great. Why is Josh? Why Josh? Grubia. Do you know Adrelix? Are you our friend? Eddie says, I've heard California is also struggling from the fires because the inmates that usually help with them are not in the condition. They don't handle the COVID situation well in prisons and human conditions. This is true, Eddie. This is true. So a lot of the fires, while being attempted to be maintained, I should say, it's a little bit worse than it usually is. Now, I do not live in the hills, so whenever I talk about fires, I know it might sound like it might sound callous or like I don't care about them, and I think that is just because of the condition of California. If you don't live in the hills, which I feel kind of obligated to inform you, living in the hills is very expensive. You can't just live in them. You kind of need like, oh, a fireman helicopter. Must be wild flying through all that smoke, huh? Anyways, I'll wait till it passes. That is a very good point that Umbe's making, but I'm not going to spend time there. I will say, whenever I talk about fires, it feels a little bit distant. It's because I don't live in the hills. I don't even know too many people that can afford to live in the hills. So when the fires happen, for most of us down here in like the greater Los Angeles area, it's just a lot of smoke. The air quality goes down. We get weird glowy clouds, and there's a lot of traffic. But we're never in any immediate danger. So I very rarely view the fires as even a fire. They're almost like a weather condition. I view forest fires, especially since they happen around the same time every year. I view forest fires as like the rainy season that most cities get, because we don't get a lot of rain in LA, but we do get a lot of fire. So it's just fire season. And we're in it. Seems to have been a little bit worse now, but I think that a lot of the things that in life are normally pretty bad have just been exacerbated by the whole pandemic thing, right? Like if we weren't in quarantine, everything would be fine, right? Everything would be fine. Okay, are you saying California is the Fire Nation? Uh, is that a joke? You're capitalized Fire Nation. I feel like if I say yes, I'm probably agreeing to an in joke that I actually do not understand. But I'm going to say yes. I am saying California is the Fire Nation. California is basically a desert, right? Yeah, I would consider it a dishonest desert. Whereas Arizona is an honest desert, California is a dishonest desert. Where it is a desert, but we being not me, but like California, has put a lot of trees and trees and gardens and stuff like where it doesn't really technically belong, and it will trick the inhabitant to believing they don't live in a desert until it comes time for the dry heat and the summertime. But no, California is a desert, or at least Southern California is a desert. Very important distinction. Southern California and Northern California are not the same thing. They're different countries. SoCal is a desert. NorCal is like very foresty and lush and pretty. It's more like Oregon than it is like Mexico. Uh, just Los Angeles, says Sam. San Diego's pretty green. True, true, true. San Diego has plenty of green hills and lots of hills in San Diego. I lived in Southern Cali, part that was desert, says Kit. Thankfully, I'm out of there now. Aw, I like it. Uh, this old Chaz Clowns confirmed that Eddie. Oh, that was an Avatar joke. Yeah, I've never seen Avatar. Uh, it just never interested me. It never seemed interesting to me. But I know it is very, very high acclaimed, and people love it, and everybody's like, you have to see it. Uh, Korra is a spin-off of it, guys. You got it. Korra, it's okay, but after a while, it starts strong. It's just not as good as Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's where the real quality is. Um, these are the things I've heard about Avatar, the thing I haven't seen. It's like Harry Potter or Star Wars. That's awesome. Yeah, screw both of those things, actually. I love liking a thing and also thinking it's not great. Like, I like, quote unquote, like Harry Potter. I've consumed a lot of Harry Potter content, and I don't think it's good. And I've also seen a lot of, and read a lot of Star Wars stuff. And I couldn't recommend it. I could not recommend it. Um, the fighting in Korra is so good, says Kiwi. Word. I will take your word for it. It's too hot in SoCal for Kit. Word up. I respect that. It does get pretty warm down here. It's a big epic. Uh, do you read music books? Is it fun? Says Josh. No. Uh, oh. No, I don't actively read music books, although I have read some of one. I've partially read through one. And is it fun? I mean, fun isn't the word I would put. Educational, yeah, maybe. I never like in Harry Potter how one dimensional things are. Oh, I mean, yeah, they're extremely one dimensional. Um, some are two dimensional though, so that's kind of cool. Star Wars dumb. That thing makes me sad, says Kiwi. Interesting. Star Wars dumb, that thing makes me sad. Hmm. I also put it with Lord of the Rings and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I don't like Full Metal Alchemist. And I also don't like a Lord of the Rings. So yeah, this adds up. This sounds good. Sounds good to me. I bought a music book like last year, says Umbe, and it did nothing for me, so that was cool. I like this story. I have a similar story, Umbe, you know it. It's just a big, generally good thing, says Sam. Gryffindor good guys, snake dudes or whatever, don't remember that stuff. Evil, they're called Slytherin. The rest doesn't matter, says Eddie. I mean, none of Harry Potter really matters, right? Um, you might not like it then. It's good energy though. I agree that I might not like it, Sam. Because everybody that's ever told me that I should watch it usually likes a lot of things I don't like. And everybody that has told me that I'm actually chill on not watching it tends to have similar interest to me. So, um, I feel confident is probably a strong word, but I feel subtly convinced that Avatar won't actually be good for me. Um, yeah, so I haven't given any time to it, but I am glad that a lot of other people really enjoyed it. You know, sometimes I have given my time to things that was recommended to me by I don't know the anime community, and it wasn't good for me. I didn't like it, and I had nobody to blame but myself for following the crowds. So I'm not mad at anybody for recommending Avatar to me, or like Full Metal Alchemist, or Attack on Titan, or if I'm gonna escape anime, Star Trek. A lot of people try to get me into Star Trek, which I'm actually pretty convinced I will enjoy. I just don't really want to dedicate the time to it. Are y'all talking about Blue Beings Avatar? No, we were talking about the anime one, but the Blue Beings one was Blue Beings. The Blue Beings one was okay. Any franchise that takes culture and considers themselves like woke for making something new is like insane to me. I think that's all franchises, Kiwi. Well, I'm gonna kayak now. Enjoy the kayak. Lindsay also isn't surprised that I don't like FMA. Yeah, I don't like it. Do not like it. I have a very, very good theory on why I don't like that, but you're gonna go kayaking now. I think this is more so for anybody else in the stream. I think that there are some things that are actually very good in quality, right? If we're just talking about quality, that just didn't get me at the right time. And I think that there are some things that have quote unquote poor quality that did get me at the right time, right? Like Dragon Ball Z got me at the right time in my life for me to always kind of look at it favorably. Realize it's not very good, but always if somebody mentions Dragon Ball Z, I'm kind of like, oh, what are we talking about? We talking Super Saiyans? Like I'll be into it because it got me at the right time. Pokemon, another thing that I do not like, got me at the right time, so I'll always remember a specific Pokemon thing favorably, whether or not it was actually good. And there have been some things, like I'm pretty sure My Hero Academia, I'm sure it's good, but it's just I'm not in the mental place right now where I can watch that. I'm just no longer there. I wish it came out when I was like in junior high or something. I would have been all over that. I would have been probably obsessed, but it's just not. I'm not there anymore. And that doesn't mean that it's just for kids. It just means that the space I was in when I was that young was a space that was very um, fond of things like that, like shonen anime and stuff. Um, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is probably my favorite anime ever, so I do want to hear this sometime. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I really don't like Full Metal Alchemist, but I can't ever select anybody for liking that because I like such bad anime that just hit me at a very specific time in my life. Um, oh wow. Part of me kind of wishes, and this is weird. I'm gonna move off from this because I don't want to talk about anime for the rest of the stream. Really quick pause. Josh says, "Have you ever made a friend online like other musicians?" I think everybody at this point in 2020 has made a friend online. At least I hope so. Um, but um, both. Now, Sam, I think that I mean if we're doing like a greater than or less than sign, yeah, Brotherhood's better than like the old Full Metal Alchemist, but I mean I wasn't doing like a relative thing. There's a lot of things that are better than other things, but I still don't necessarily like them. But yes, both. Um, I feel you though. That is usually everybody's follow up question. When I'm just like, I didn't really like it. People are like, yeah, but did you watch the one? It's kind of like when you don't like In-N-Out Burger, and people are like, which one did you go to? Did you get animal style? Because if you just got it plain, it's probably not going to be good. Did you get it with the grilled onions on it? Like, it's like, no, I ate it. I just didn't like it. But, um, cyber. Yes. The answer to that question is yes with a question mark. It's like, yeah, sometimes. Not a big enough fan where I'm going to buy a new album if it comes out, but from the stuff I've heard, I've been pleased. Um, you're right. You're right, Lindsay. It's not the same plot. I'm not saying that they're the same thing. I was very careful to say that they're not the same thing. I'm just saying I don't like either one of them. They're both different, and I don't like either one. I don't like starfruit, and I do not like grapefruit, but I do not think they're the same thing. Uh, Part of me sometimes Um, Umbe, no, they did not. Have fun, Lindsay. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Part of me, if I'm being completely honest, is actually a little envious of people that are super into anime today, because I think that, for example, if we're just comparing shonen anime, I'm not going to mention One Piece because we all know how I feel about One Piece here. But if I'm just talking shonen anime, right, like Dragon Ball Z, if I'm talking Naruto, if I'm talking My Hero Academia, I am going to make a weird statement, and depending on the way you feel about anime, you could disagree with this, it's fine. But I do feel like anime has gotten gradually better with each. Shonen anime, I'm specifically talking about shonen anime, has gotten actually gradually better um, over time. Right? Like, I do think that intrinsically Naruto is better than Dragon Ball Z. And having not seen it, but having talked to people, a lot of the people that have told me, hey, Omni, I know you don't like Naruto, and that's why I feel like you would like My Hero Academia. It doesn't do all those whack things that Naruto did that you hated. I do feel like we get gradually better. However, I'm just not in the headspace to like that thing anymore. In the same way that toys have gotten better crafted, right? Or maybe plot lines for kids shows have become a little bit more mature and conscious, like socially conscious, but I'm just not there anymore. So unfortunately, I watched and consumed and enjoyed the like worst version of what is currently existing. So, um, that's where I am. Jayla, who doesn't know my view on how I feel about One Piece, I feel like One Piece is a time sink that doesn't need to be nearly as long as it is. Um, Nothing that long is going to get any of my attention. Nothing that long. If something has exceeded as many episodes as not even if something has half as many episodes, actually half as many episodes as One Piece, I'm still not watching it. I'm like, you can tell a story way more concise than that. Something like One Piece to me, this is a rough and unfair comparison, but something like One Piece is like the flying antithesis of something like Gravity Falls, where Gravity Falls story felt very intentional. It felt very to the point. There could have been more, but there wasn't. The creator was like, I've told the story, let's wrap it up and get out of here. Whereas more long, drawn out episodic anime feels like there's filler episodes, there's plot lines that don't necessarily go anywhere. Whenever people get to the end of it, they feel kind of like dissatisfied because there's been years of mounting expectations, and I just don't like. So yeah, so One Piece, I don't want anything to do with One Piece. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure quality wise it's good. I just think that I would absolutely hate it. Um, I'm definitely have an answer for being best comedy. I'm def I'm definitely have an answer for best comedy on television as well as best show in general, but neither are anime. Ooh, this makes me feel curious. My Hero Academia is better than X-Men and is X-Men anime school with a dark side. Word up. Word up. I like this. I like this. I like this premise. It did this is why wait, hold on. This is why I don't like when people say that Dragon Ball Z is bad because yeah, it's stupid, but we're so used to that we tend to forget that one, it set the standard of a lot of manga. Preach, Eddie. And two, the art is actually very unique. Toriyama is an amazing artist. Very true. Very true. Um, Wish there was more. I loved Gravity Falls. Um, I do not wish there was more. That would ruin everything I liked about Gravity Falls. I loved how small it was and concise. I dropped One Piece like 300 episodes in. Yeah, that's really far in. I think, and to say that I don't like things just because they're short and concise. There are a lot of short and concise and well wrapped up plots in TV shows and anime that I still don't like. It also has to be something that I'm interested in. And everything everybody's ever told me about Avatar is like plots and stuff like that. It has not been interesting to me at all. Now, that doesn't mean unequivocally it will be uninteresting because when people described Breaking Bad to me, I was like, that sounds stupid. I don't want to watch that. And it ended up being a really dope show to me. So, right? It's all about where you want to spend your time, and Avatar hasn't earned my time. It hasn't earned like my curiosity enough for me to actually sit down and watch something like that. But what was that? What was I saying? Yeah, part of me is envious of like there are so many things that I like. I still play video games. You guys know I game. I was on Fall Guys the other day. If we're gonna consider that a game, I was on Fall Guys a couple of days ago. But I think in video games, I can still play video games for whatever reason, no matter what age I am. Some games I can't. For example, turn-based RPGs. I am almost jealous of people that can still play turn-based RPGs today because I feel like they may have gotten better. Like, everybody that was talking about Octopath Traveler or whatever, people when they're talking about, what's it called, Fire Emblem, part of me is just like, dang, I wish I could enjoy that thing. It looks like this is a quality thing. But I, for whatever reason, my person, I just can't play those games anymore. I can't do it. It, like, causes me, like, I don't know what it causes me. Displeasure, to be frank and also kind of vague. Having a feeling of I like more isn't always a bad thing. And in fact, having a nice ending means it's easier to share. Sure, sure, sure. Liking more, I would like more. Here's the thing. I guess it's a complex feeling, Cyber. There have been times where I've gotten to the end of something and thought I would like more, but I don't want more. It's like pizza, right? I've had a few slices and I would like the taste of maybe a third or fourth slice, but I know it would be bad and it would ruin the entire experience, so I say no. And there are a lot of things that have ended quick, like Gravity Falls, since we were talking about Gravity Falls. Yeah, after Gravity Falls over, I was just like, dang, that was fun. What am I going to watch now? What's going to be that good again? Like, I would like to have more Gravity Falls, but at the same time, I know getting more of it would ruin it for me. So, yeah, it's, I guess, a kind of a complex thing. Um, oh, heck yeah. Yeah, we got to party up. We got to party up. I'm really annoying in that game, though, Cyber. Just a heads up. I think everybody's probably annoying in that game as far as them talking while they're playing. Okay, we need to normalize side stories. Not everything needs to be an infinitely long epic. Talk to me, Umbe. What do you mean? Like B plots and C plots and D plots? Is that what you're saying? Have you played Deadly Premonition 2? No, I have not. It's a pretty iconic game, though. Everybody's constantly doing Let's Plays of that game. Sorry. I'm asking because there's a character who brings everything back to pizza, just like you. Oh. That's funny. My bad. I actually don't intentionally do that. That's not like some gag joke I'm making. It just is. I think I bring things back to pizza, skateboarding, and video games is what I've been told. They're like, you seem to relate everything to these three things, which is sounds like me. Those are my formative skills, I guess. Favorite anime song and why Tokyo Ghoul, says Josh. Well, I don't have a favorite anything, but I don't remember anime songs. You know what anime song I remember? I remember a Homemade Kazoku. You remember the song Arigato, or Thank You, by Homemade Kazoku? It was like one of the closings of Bleach. That's what I remember, guys. I remember one of the ending songs from Bleach. So don't ask me what a good anime song sounds like. I don't remember half of them. I forget them so quickly. And part of that is because when I do watch anime, it's usually I'm picking an anime that's over and I binge it. It doesn't become like a part of my life where I'm watching it every day or week. It's kind of like I'm binging it. So a lot of the facts of that's an interesting topic. Um, you know what else was intro I kind of like? The intro to what was that Amazon Prime anime about like zombies? It was Cabaneri, Cabaneri the Iron Fortress. That's a pretty cool intro song. And I do like weird time signatures, Eddie. But what I was saying was, what was I saying? Point is, I used to watch anime episodically. I used to watch anime. Think of things like Pokemon. Think of things like Dragon Ball Z. Thinking of things like Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura. These are things that I was watching once a week, or every day for months at a time. So they made a bigger impression on me because they had become a part of my life over a long period of time. Now think of something like Carol and Tuesday, or any of the Netflix anime, or anything that I have a full on, like I can binge it. I usually watch it so fast that a lot of the finer details dissipate. They like fall away because it's not becoming a routine in my life, and I'm not allowing myself time to like digest and marinate with things. If you think about a show like Friends, I watched Friends on average once a week for several years of my life. So things like the intro theme song, or specific catchphrases, or plot lines, I remember so well. But an example of something that isn't like that is the anime Steins Gate. I just burned through Steins Gate. So the intro song, the outro song, characters' names, plot developments, they didn't stick with me, because I just went through them too fast. Sam says I like how level-headed you are when you talk about media. I don't know where that came from. I think I think a lot of the like fandom stanhood opinions got like burned out of me. I'm like burned out, and so now I just I look at everything as like a time sink, and uh, some things for whatever reason, for reasons that I'm making that aren't necessarily smart all the time, I have chosen that some things are worth my time and other things aren't. And that changes over time, right? Like I've seen the entire Fast and the Furious series, some of the movies several times, and somebody could argue that that is a colossal waste of time. Also, there's what like 385 episodes of Degrassi, and I've seen guys at least 300. At least no, at least 300 episodes of that show. Is it important? Not really. Does it matter? No. Do I get enjoyment from it? Sometimes. Um, I would argue that Degrassi is just as much of a time sink or a waste of time as any long running anime, but I am very familiar with those plot lines and those characters. I watched Friends and Raymond and Jerry because they just happened to be playing. Same, Kiwi. Except for Seinfeld. I actually had never seen Seinfeld before the year 2017. Um, I've seen so many anime, can't remember anything besides the ones I saw in high school and I rewatched, and I was like, yeah, these are still great. Yeah, I've forgotten a lot of anime, and I think I don't want to be that anymore, guys. I had to take a long look in the mirror and say, Ami, who are you? Are you watching things because they exist, or are you watching them because you want to? And so, even like video games, some of you guys will remember when video game releases were very rare because there wasn't an online store where they could just be put up. Like, you kind of had to go to a GameStop or a Walmart and you had to look at the new release section. If there wasn't anything that you hadn't seen before, it just meant there was no new games out. And you had to go home and try again in a month or two. Um, so it was really easy to play everything that was out. Um, it was really easy to play everything that was out. And so I used to just go to Blockbuster with my dad and just rent games simply because I hadn't played them before. Not because they looked interesting, not because the cover art was particularly engaging, not because I'd ever heard of them. I would just get things. I was like, what is this? Glover? That's cool. What is this game? MDK? I guess I'll play that. What is this? Gex? Okay, I guess I'll play Gex. Um, Banjo Kazooie. I was just like getting games and playing them. And a lot of those games, guys, I have forgotten, right? Like, there's a few of them that have kind of lived on in the public conscious because of, what's the word? Uh, Nostalgia, right? Like, people kind of remember Wave Race 64, or basically any Nintendo franchise that just refuses to die, like Zelda, Mario, Donkey Kong, Pokemon, you know what I'm saying? But there's also, like, a lot of games on PlayStation that I just rented, and they were like whatever, kind of forgettable. Like there was a game called Fighting Force, and it was kind of forgettable, but I did play it, and I did beat it several times. There's a lot of those games, and nowadays I don't play games like that anymore. When I play a game, I'm sinking my $60 into something that I care about and I'm going to remember. Um, yeah. Anyways, wow, what a unnecessary tangent I went on. Kiwi's saying a lot though. Kiwi's saying I stopped watching Degrassi when I was younger because there was one episode of some girl getting lewd and I got uncomfortable, so I never saw it again. And that is when I knew I was asexual. JK, it's not actually when I knew, but I do find it really funny. But that's the reason I never saw it again. You'd have to be way more specific. Degrassi is full of lewd girls and very, very scary boys. That's what that entire school is. It's just like hoochies and criminals. Ooh, they really should bring back Degrassi. I want to guest write an episode of Degrassi called Hoochies and Criminals. Degrassi's so good. Degrassi is exactly what I thought high school was going to be like, and I wasn't too far off. Um, wasn't too far off. I'd watch that, Witches and Criminals. I feel like I am watching that. I feel like I am watching that. So see, like Degrassi is a thing that I enjoy. But if anybody ever said I don't like Degrassi, like for example, Kiwi can't watch things with lewd people in them apparently, and so maybe Kiwi, like if there was somebody that was like, oh, I can't watch Degrassi, it's too lewd, I'd be like, oh, that's wild because I've seen movies with like full on sex scenes in them, and Degrassi never really does that. Um, Degrassi doesn't even like show anything. Degrassi doesn't even show people in underwear or anything. There's just because it's Canadian, so it's extremely like sterile. But there sometimes is they allude to people being lewd, and it's like, oh, that's cool, I guess. And so it's like seems very tame by comparison of watching something like say Transformers or whatever, where there's actual love scenes or people making out in it. I like that. Thank you, Cyber, for highlighting that. Allude to lewd was good, but yeah, I think it doesn't really necessarily bother me. But if somebody else was like Degrassi's bad because it's lewd, I mean, I couldn't argue with them. It's like, yeah, I guess, depending on what is lewd to you. In the same way that some people I know are like, yo, it's too violent. It's too violent for me. I know some. I know there's some people that just really can't do violence, and so my threshold for violence is obviously pretty high. I never watch a movie and think, well, gee, that was sure violent, wasn't it? But I'm always interested to find out that somebody might maybe not want to watch Saw because it's too violent. But then somebody might also not want to watch Mission Impossible because it's too violent. Or somebody might not want to watch 007 because it's too violent. And I almost put 007 movies like that, like, I put the violence scale so low because there's, like, no real, like, broken bones or anything. It's just a lot of, like, fast cut punches and then, like, some makeup of a bruise. It's super tame. But I'm always interested to see where people's lines lie. I think we talked about this in a previous stream where I was saying uh, I don't know, was it Degrassi or a different one with high school? There was a girl, she was in her undies. The scene was too long. Long lewd scenes make me upset because I'm just trying to not be uncomfortable. You don't even know if it was Degrassi? Jesus Christ, Kiwi. Get it together. I don't know what you saw. I can't think of a teen drama that doesn't have a lewd girl in it. I feel like that's half of the appeal of a teen drama is like, I mean, you're appealing to teens. Anyways, my point is, I think there aren't things I can't watch. There isn't anything where I've never left the theater and went, oh, it's too scary, too violent, too gory, too awkward, too much secondhand embarrassment. I've never left anything like that. But I have left things feeling nothing. And that is the worst crime of all. Playing a game and having never along the way cared about any of the characters in it is the worst offense to me. It's the worst. A good example of that would be, I mean, most horror games, sadly, I know that's not the point of them. They're supposed to be scary. You're not necessarily supposed to care about a lot of the characters, but I want to care about the characters. That's why I liked Alan Wake so much, that character I cared about. If you can't get me to care, then I'm not going to enjoy my stay. I talked about this in Naruto. The reason I wasn't able to finish Naruto is because I just didn't care about anybody in that anime. So every single time an episode started up, like every time someone talked, every time somebody was on screen, it was just like, God, I don't care. Get on with it. I just didn't care. And so I was finally like, why am I sinking time into this thing if I just don't care? And I don't know exactly why my brain super doesn't care about the characters in Naruto. or Full Metal Alchemist, but somehow I care about uh, the characters in Fast and Furious. I don't know what kind of weird like I don't know what kind of mental gymnastics I'm doing to care about one over the other, but all I know is like I gotta follow my heart, and if my heart just does not care about the cast or the plot developments, I can't stay. I can't stay for very long. I can stay for a movie. I can stay for a movie, but I can't stay for episodes. I've seen a lot of movies that had plots that didn't go anywhere, characters that I did not care about. It wasn't funny, it wasn't cool, it wasn't entertaining, it wasn't amusing, but in about 90 to 100 minutes, I got my life back. Things like One Piece or Naruto, they take up significantly more than a couple of hours of my time. So, same thing with video games, right? It takes up a lot of your time. So, I'm a little bit more strict with those. I will watch a bad movie in a heartbeat, which is kind of why, the pizza party exists. I mean, Groundhog Day was very good, but I'd be willing to watch a bad movie during the pizza party because it's only it's only a few hours max. But a bad show, a bad anime, a bad video game, can't do it. Can't do it. Anyways, I never liked teen dramas because I thought the goal of the shows slash movies was to be relatable, but it never was. I don't think it's supposed to be relatable, Eddie. Oh, that's like okay, Eddie. Oh, that's actually a really good point. I don't think that teen dramas were actually supposed to be relatable a while ago. I think they gradually started trying to be relatable now. I think they were supposed to have been more of a like a power fantasy. Like teenagers were looking at teen dramas going, that's what I want to be. Not that's what I am. They were like, dang, that's cool. I want to be like Zach from Saved by the Bell. I don't think I was a Zach. There wasn't a character in Saved by the Bell that reminded me of me. I've actually never looked at a teen drama and identified with a character on screen. I've only ever seen them and went, dang, I wish that was my life. Because if there's a teen drama about how my actual experience in high school was, no one would watch it. Can we watch Kung Pao Enter the Fist? We cannot watch that movie. Kiwi. Wait, Kiwi, there's lewdity in there's lewd things in that movie. What are you talking about? We're gonna have to take a whole stream and like break down Kiwi's lewd scale, where it's like tolerable lewdness versus like, yo, I can't go here, because we all have scales like that in our head. I need to figure out where that lies. Um, yeah, there's like plenty of nudity in Kung Pao. There's an entire specific scene I'm thinking of. They're funny lewd. That's not even the only scene I'm talking about. Okay, so nudity is fine for you if you can laugh at it. Weird fine lines. Nudity is almost always funny to me, even in teen dramas. Like in something like Degrassi, that's hilarious to me. But, that's weird. That was supposed to be back then, but it didn't. Oh. Yeah, I know now that. I was always looking at me and my friends in those shows, but never did. Yeah, I could never find myself in those old teen dramas either. Most teen things are absolutely about power fantasy. Kid gets power, beats up bully, and then the girl, same stories. Yeah, word up, Umbe. Funny loot is how they get you into it, Kiwi. Yo, that's a gateway drug, Kiwi. Be careful. Be careful. One day you're laughing at somebody flashing another. The next you're watching Degrassi and enjoying it, Kiwi. Let us stop you now before you go too far. I do feel like, however, I never want to see Kung Pao again, because as somebody that thoroughly enjoyed that movie when I was a kid, I think the humor, and this is not an insult to you, Kiwi, or anybody who enjoys that movie, because again, I loved that movie. I can quote that movie from front to back. But I think the humor in that movie is so dated and not good that if I watched it today, it would be more, pardon the term, cringeworthy than it would actually be enjoyable for me. I think it would be bad. I think it would not be good. And that's all respect to that movie. Because again, I have to have seen that movie at least 20 times. That's not an exaggeration. 20 times at least I've seen that movie. I'm not gonna watch a movie. I'm not gonna watch a movie again where there like a whole joke is a woman has one boob. I'm not going to watch a movie where there is a CG cow shooting milk at somebody that has to dodge it like Neo from the Matrix. I just am not. It's not funny to me. I'm so sorry, guys. That's not funny to me. That belongs in like a cringe compilation somewhere. It's not comedy. I know you enjoy Kiwi, and that's dope, and I respect you for enjoying it. There are a lot of dumb humor things that I still enjoy. Unfortunately, Kung Pao just like it's not it. Plus, it's like also pretty racist. Like that, and like I know a lot. Like we're allowed to watch racist things in the pizza party because time, right? Nothing really ages well. But particularly Kung Pao, it's not the time for me to watch something where uh, it's not time for me to watch that. It's not time for me to watch some like basically a giant like Asian joke. Um, but again, not cracking on Kung Pao. That was like my entire sense of humor when I was a kid. Um, so shouts out to that. Shaolin Soccer was pretty funny to be honest, but that's another martial arts centered film. Shaolin Shocker is actually okay. Shaolin Shocker, I said Shocker, sorry. Shaolin Soccer and Kung Fu Hustle are both like okay by me, and I think it's because they're by Asian people. I think it's because like an Asian dude made it. It makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. It doesn't feel like a weird yellow face film, right? But Kung Pao absolutely like is at the center of the yellow face diagram, and so I feel a little uncomfortable about watching Kung Pao. But um, so the humor just always falls flat for me now. All of those like quotes. Um, the sense we're allowed to watch racist stuff is hilarious to me. Yeah, it's like we're watching movies from the 80s and 90s, so I know there's going to be a lot of like stuff, that didn't age well, right? There's going to be whatever phobia. There's going to be some homophobia. There's going to be some misogyny. There's going to be some racism, some ageism, probably. There's going to be some ableism, for sure. But um, Kung Pao's entire plot is it's like the whole thing is one big racist joke versus something like Three Ninjas. It seems a little bit more subtle. Uh, yeah. Anywho, if anybody hasn't seen Kung Pao, maybe watch it in your own time. It could be fun for you. Steve Odenkirk, the guy that made it, he also directed and I think wrote a lot for Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. He's made some good stuff. He also did Nothing to Lose, which was a good movie. Also, he's like he had a whole like golden arc where he was just writing a lot of really good comedy. I don't really know what he's doing now though. I feel like he's just chilling. Watching Gundam right now, and I'm just dying laughing at the aggressive gender roles going on. The problematic stuff always add to old stuff for me. Yeah, it's like whatever, right? In like 6 years, we'll look back at this stream and somehow something I'm saying will be problematic. We're always progressing for sure, but sometimes like I'm okay with it when it's like an aside, but when it's like the entire movie, for example, something like Shallow Hal, I wouldn't want to watch because the entire plot line of that movie is like a weird fat joke. I'm okay with watching a movie in which there is like a good fat joke in it, just a good fat joke. But if the entire movie is a fat joke, that's rough, right? That's rough. Man. Yeah. To be fair, Kiwi, I don't think Steve Odenkirk saw it that way. It was definitely not malicious. It's just a product of the times, right? You know, putting on an Asian accent and like green screening yourselves into movies and like making fun of kung fu movies is just like good spirited fun. I don't think there was anything that was like intentionally malicious in it. I'm just saying in 2020, it's really hard to look at something like Kung Pao and be like, this is A plus comedy. It feels a little weirder. There's also a movie called The Last Dragon for any of you guys that's seen it, which is like a movie. It's kind of like a New York based black film, like a black exploitation film, but it also has a lot of weird appreciation at the time for Asian culture in it, but now looking back at it, it is like an entire weird racist Asian joke the entire film, but it wasn't made to be that. It was actually made with good intentions, and I think that Steve Odenkirk actually really does appreciate kung fu movies and Asian culture. It's just the Shogun of Harlem. Dang, Umbe show enough. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. Anyways, I do need to start closing it up, guys. We're at hour 2, and I haven't played zilch in the past like hour. We gotta get another pizza party planned. Guys, I'm gonna quickly name all of my albums that you can listen to. Nice Dream, Love Dream, Speed Dream, Lush Dream, Daydream, Ego Death, Quick Breath, Tall Tales, Signals, House of Omni, guys. You can hear all of those things on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon MP3, Tidal, Groove, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube. On my YouTube, I did spend a lot of time last night going and making and then applying a bunch of thumbnails, so I don't even want to see my YouTube for a little while. But if you guys do, I do have a collection of songs. There's 8 of them, and I know for fact that not everybody in this stream has listened to them. So please go, even just listen to one of them. You listen to one of those songs and then come back to the stream and say, hey, Omni, I listened to one of them. Turns out, Home Is You is a good track. Home Is You is one of the Quarantunes. There's only 8 of them. I worked really hard on making the songs and actually editing and shooting videos in my room to accompany them. So go check those out, please. They're saved in a specific playlist on my page called Quarantunes. Listens to Quarantunes 8 actually last night. Easy Go? It was Easy Go. Thank you, Eddie. I do appreciate that. Oh, I forgot it. I don't remember the chords after that. Wow, that's wild. I don't play it anymore. I had to go catch up. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you. Seen you working hard in the thumbnails over the last couple months. Yeah, it's a nightmare. Yes. Oh, he didn't have an accent, but yeah, it is. Oh, he did have an accent. Kiwi, he was doing. Okay. I'm not gonna talk about Kung Fu, but he did do an accent, not for his character, but you realize he did the other characters' voices, right? Like the Asian characters that appear on screen. Like that's not their voice, that's his voice. He's doing I'm not gonna talk about Kung Fu right now, but yes, it is. He does do like a really wild Asian accent. He's doing the voices of everybody on screen. Like those are all Steve Odeker. Everybody's him. Wimplo is him. Betty is him. The girl, I can't remember her name now, Lou or something. That's Ling Ling. Oh my god. And the name and the voice. Yeah. He does the voices. That's why it was like so fun because like he did everything. I would like to meet that man and shake his hand though. Even for whatever, it's just like he did do a lot of really cool stuff. He made those thumb movies that we've talked about in the stream. I don't know if you've seen the thumb movies, Kiwi, but like Bad Thumb, Thumbtanic, Thumb Wars, the Blair Thumb Project, like a lot of those, like those were really funny to me. Again, if I watch them today, probably not as fun. Anyways, I'm glad that you finished working, Easy Dora. Thank you for sticking around. Appreciate you. Thank you, Eddie, for listening to my song on loop. I just can't remember those 2 chords. I can't remember the ones after that. It's recorded. uh, uh, sorry. This will be the last question I answer. I feel alive, by the way, guys. Anyways, Junk says, Omni, I'm sure you get asked this a lot. I'm cycling through my FAQs before I read this question. Glove related. Have you ever thought about making music for a video game? What's another common one? Do you want to make a song with me? We should collaborate? Question mark. Anyways, Jun says, I know you get asked this a lot, but is naming songs an easy process for you? As a visual artist, sometimes it's a very natural process, but other times it's one of the hardest parts for me. Junk. I think that everything becomes, at best, natural, at worst, mundane when you do it a lot, right? So early on, was it easy for me to name songs? God no. If you think back to like when I was in a band called Capita the Sun, and the singer of the band had this song called Walls. These walls are something, turning something, something, and my something is all I see. I remember half of the vocals. I didn't write the lyrics. Point is, he had a song called Walls. And he was like, Omni, what should we name this song? I don't want to put walls on because there's probably a lot of songs called Walls. And I said, we're going to call this song Jericho and Berlin. And the reason that I named the song Jericho and Berlin is because those were two iconic historical walls that were torn down. And the song is about tearing down walls. I fancied myself very clever for coming up with this title, but it did take a while. And this was very early in my music career. I would go on to release hundreds more songs, and the titles were always stumping me. And then I reached this point, if I'm being honest, Junk, where I got to a new dilemma where I wasn't necessarily trying to name songs that were good names to me. I was trying to name songs that, one, were not too close to a title I'd already gone with, right? I have a bunch of songs named after food. I have a bunch of songs that are floral themed. I have several songs that are sky themed. I have a lot of songs that are preposition themed. And so I was like, how do I name a song that is, one, not too close to something I've already done, and two, has decent SEO, right? So if you name a song something like I Love You, it's going to be hard to find because it's going to get drowned in a bunch of other songs called I Love You. Maybe if you spell I Love You weird or something, like 143, right? Anyways, that's my dilemma right now with naming songs. The process isn't hard to come up with a title I think is good. It's simply hard to come up with a title that I think is unique enough to have a little bit of SEO and also not too close to a title I've already used. Now, you may have noticed, Junk, that there have been times where I've fumbled on this, right? Like Twinkle Brown Sugar is the name of one of my songs. There's another song I have called Twinkle Bang Bang. They're pretty close, right? I have several songs that are named after drinks. I have several songs that are named after sugary snacks. I have several songs that have sequels, like Midnight Drift has a Midnight Drift 2 and a Midnight Drift 3, and technically a Midnight Drift 4 that isn't released. But there's like sequels to songs. I will take songs and I will make anagrams of other songs. Like Mikey Lee, this song. That Mikey Lee is just an anagram of keyline because it uses the same progression from keyline. So I've done that a lot. If you think about my song Baby Be Less, Baby Be Less. Wow, not organ, sorry. That song is a reference to another song that I produced for Two Tone Disco called Baby Be More, because they use the same melody but different chord progressions. So there is a lot of like cannibalization of some of my other songs, right? It happens a lot. I can't think of any more the top of my head, but it comes up a lot. And this is just because I've released so many songs. So I will say, Junk, that naming songs gets a lot easier after naming songs gets a lot easier after you're released a bunch, just because your priorities shift from coming up with a good title to coming up with a new title, just because you've done so many. Because there's a lot of very uninspired, bland song titles I have, like the song title Item Shop from Lush Tree. I have a song called just Item Shop. I have a song called Lazy River. These are song titles that, it's just two words and a very common phrase. We've all seen item shops in video games. We've all been on a lazy river, hopefully, if you've been to a water park of some sort. But then there's some, oh my god, there's a song just called Vanilla. That's it. It's just one word, and it's very vanilla title. It's a very vanilla title. So I have some pretty uninspired ones, but then I also have songs that I'm pretty sure do not exist elsewhere, like the song Midnight Drift 3, or the song Swerve and Protect. There's like more nuance and song naming conventions. And honestly, Junk, at the end of the day, I also just forget a lot of my own song titles. There have been times where people have come in and said, I want to hear Englewood, and I know I named the song Englewood, but I just can't remember exactly what it sounded like. Junk says, honestly, I felt that your song names were very fitting. Thank you so much for the in-depth response. Also, never, Junk, I want to say this, do not underestimate the power of association. When somebody says the words cold and the word play, I think of Chris Martin's voice. And I think of strings, and I think of this cool kind of folky new age arena rock and eventually sound. But the words Coldplay don't mean anything. And so if you listen to a song by me and it's called, Pygmy Blossom, after a while, Pygmy Blossom is just going to sound like whatever that song is, especially if it's a song title that you haven't already seen occur in the world, right? I have a release called Ego Death, but there's so many songs and albums called Ego Death by artists I know. So it probably is going to stick as well. But if you hear the song Sugar Glider, how many times have you heard of the song called Sugar Glider? So this title and this sound become a little bit more associated with each other because you're not having to associate it with anything else. Hey, what's up, Crush R? Thank you for liking the thumbnail to this. I will pass your very, very nice and flattering comments onto the artist, Adrelix, who is the one who made it. Swerve and Protect is one of my favorites, says Kiwi. Yes, a collaboration between me and Fuge. I think about Fuge all the time, every day, especially because he constantly posts Instagram stories of his daughter. And God, he's so talented. I could talk about the story where I met Fuge for the first time in a basement of a venue in Manhattan. The venue was called Cake Shop, and the story's great, but I'm not going to tell it right now. Anyway, somebody remind me in another stream to talk about how I met Fuge and why we're friends today. Oh, I love that man. The world is weird, right? Crush Hour? Oh my god, Crush Hour is dope. Should I make a more beat-heavy version of Crush Hour called Crush Hour? hour, and it marks the end of the stream. Thank you, everybody, for being respectful to me and polite to each other. I appreciate you guys' patience, particularly because this was a very sleepy stream for me. I'm a little bit sleep deprived. And the world outside, or at least the way it looks, is not helping. Everything looks really weird. These forest fires, I tell you what. Anyway, yeah, thank you again, guys, for being respectful to me and polite to each other. It's the internet, so I feel like that's a lot to ask for. I will be back here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. again for Morning Medley number 218. Hopefully well rested by then. Also, just a reminder, guys, the production streams are going to continue as usual this Friday. 6-hour long stream, mostly a production. I feel pretty excited about this one because the last stream we worked on Me Mine a little bit, and I did get a cool string arrangement put in, and so I feel pretty confident about putting down some more work on those songs. Also, yesterday there was a Waves Tune sale, so a $250 like tuning, a vocal tuning VST was only $35, so I did pick that up. So who knows? Maybe my vocal chain is going to get a little bit better. Anywho, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your. Is that over the Waves tune? Yeah. I would check if the sale was over, Sam, because I actually didn't buy it until like 2 a.m. last night, which technically Labor Day was over. So I would definitely check back and see if it's still enacted, because yeah. Technically, after Labor Day was over, I was still able to get the sale. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your guys' Tuesday. Which, by the way, today, you might have noticed there was no trash truck. And that is because it was a holiday weekend, so trash day is tomorrow. Abo, everybody.